This is my second and final lecture on the Taiping Rebellion. My name is Sean Han. I'm in class 8D of Huitong School, and today I'll be talking about the influences of the rebellions. This presentation will be a bit brief than the last one, mainly because there is less content to discuss. Firstly, we're going to split this into 4 sections. First part being the New Testament, second part being what the Old Testament was like. As a side note, these 2 words are actually all text from the original Christian Bible. And then I'll talk about some of the reforms that the rebellion got influenced, and then some of the organizations that came out of it that can trace their origins back to the Taiping Rebellion. So, as you might remember, Hong literally called himself the Son of God, basically the brother of Jesus, and made his own Chinese version of Christianity, which basically went ahead and took notes from the New Testament as well as the Old Testament. For the New Testament, it went ahead and emphasized things such as kindness, gratitude, and redemption. However, from the Old Testament, there are some more Chinese-like policies, such as the worship of God and blind obedience. Some positive results were that there were some items that were banned, such as opium, which is obviously going to be banned no matter what, adultery, Google that up or Baidu it up, gambling, alcohol and tobacco, and several other things, such as foot binding. But there were other, more positive reforms as well too, such as the Chinese language being simplified, going from this to this, from this to this, and from this complicated word of mian into this simple, nice, elegant word. As well as equality between the races, as well as genders. Gender was, as well as distribution of land among the people, which is based on a primitive version of communism. After the fall of the Taiping Rebellionists, however, the Chinese nationalists came up and to this day exist in a somewhat state. They basically went ahead and led the second rebellions, the rebellions right after the Taiping Rebellions. And they also kind of worked out with the Chinese communists. Both the nationalists and the communists can trace their origins towards the Taiping Rebellionists. And here are the key points you're going to need to take from the results of the Taiping Rebellion. So Hong's religion, which was a version of Christianity, basically went ahead and valued New Testament rules, such as kindness, forgiveness, and redemption. Old Testament values, though, are like worship of God and blind obedience, as well as opium, adultery, gambling, tobacco, and alcohol, all banned. There was an ultimate reward that was promised to people who strictly followed the rules, and some of the reforms that were added was Chinese language was simplified, equality among genders, the common property among people, as well as a primitive version of communism. But finally, the organization branch-offs, the rebellion branch-offs that came out of the Taiping Rebellion were the nationalists and the Chinese communists. And to this day, both exist in one form or another. Thank you so much for watching this presentation on the results of the rebellion, the Taiping Rebellion. And I'll see you in my next series of presentations.